Hi everybody, welcome to United Front Games. This is Andrew, I'm Community Manager for Triad Wars, and welcome to our Twitch stream.
I'm James, I'm one of the designers here.
And I'm Steve, one of the other designers.
So what we're going to do today is we've decided we're going to create a brand new enforcer for you guys. And that's going to be an enforcer that's going to live live throughout all the streams. We're going to have him so you can attack him, maybe we'll attack you. And so what we wanted to do is we're literally starting as if anybody else from with a beta key starting. So Steve, let's get this show on the road.
Let's do it. So from, actually I can't do it. I've got a controller. Someone's got to hit the launcher for us.
And there you go, we're just proving, that's deliberate to prove that we are live.
Yes, deliberate, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, what we're going to do today, we're going to play through the game. We're going to show you what we call the first time player experience. Probably quicker for us to say tutorial. And we want to get your questions from it. So, anytime there's a good question, we've got the three of us here. Justin, our erstwhile senior producer, aka the boss, is sat in the corner. So he's going to be answering questions on chat. And we've got Renee, who is also helping us out. So we've got four very essential people and some goon in a red shirt. So, so here we go, the game's starting, so let's take a look at this.
War means opportunity.
So what we're seeing here is obviously the first context for Triad Wars. The fact that we're going to be building up an empire, building up our own triad, and ultimately becoming Dragonhead.
Okay. So who created this? Who created this scene then? Is this done internally, or did we get something?
Yeah, no, this is all done internally. We did all this in-house.
Okay, cool.
One of our very talented UI folk. Right. Actually, this is obviously a group effort, but primarily a few people specifically.
Right. Okay, and so this is kind of, everyone will see this as they start the game. It's the kind of the attract sequence, as old arcade gamers would call it.
Yeah, that's right. We're setting the story, getting an idea of who you are and why you're here and what's happening in Triad Wars. So now we get to pick. We get our first choice in the game. We had a brief introduction to each of the three triads that start in the game, the Sun On Yi, the 18K, which if you've played Sleeping Dogs before, you'll be familiar with both those gangs, and the Xing Wo, which is a new addition. So we got to make a choice here, James. Yeah. This is going to count now, because this is going to be an ongoing
We're going to use this
account.
This is our character for future streams.
So we'll take a quick look here. So we got the 18K, we've got the Sun On Yi, like I said, the Xing Wo. Each of them has a different style. These guys are definitely more flashy.
Yeah, see, that kind of appeals to me. It's obviously you can tell by how I dress. I'm a flashy guy.
Yeah. But every game developer comes to work in a suit.
Yeah.
So
actually, I do have a bow tie in my desk.
A bow tie. I'm not surprised by that.
I was going to wear the bow tie, but it really kind of, if you wear it just with a game T-shirt, you look like a stripper, and no one wants to see that. So I want to go with these guys.
That is not going to leave my brain from now on. Thanks a lot.
I kind of like the way the guy on the side there slouches.
Which guy?
The slouching guy.
I'm trying not to slouch.
This guy here?
Well, no.
On the left? Oh, well, who are we going to pick? We got to pick one.
All right.
I'm personally a fan of the Sun On Yi. Who are you going for?
Well, I like the smart guys, but you.
I like the suits.
Oh, let's go with suits then.
We got two in the suits?
They suit us.
All right.
See that? They suit us.
All right.
Come on.
All right. Xing Wo it is. And so now we get to choose what our enforcer is going to look like.
Well,
so obviously our gang is now set by the triad that we choose. Our forcer, which is the player that you will play as, the character you play as. You can choose what this character looks like, and you can customize them later on. So whatever we choose now isn't set in stone, but I kind of like this guy.
Do you?
Yeah, well, I like his hair. It matches mine. No, that's definitely.
Well, whichever one he doesn't like, I want to choose that one.
Well, actually, Steve,
I like this guy's tattoo, but I want to change his head later.
All right, we'll change his head later.
And you did, James and I did choose the suit guy, so I think you should choose this one.
So I'm going with this guy. It's the tattoos and the glossy chest. I can't help but not look away. All right, UFG Twitch, that's going to be our name. So look for us when you're out and playing
UFG
the
Twitch,
beta.
that name kind of sucks, though.
Well,
we've got some other names. We've got Mr. Chew, we've got Mr. Miggins, we've got UFG Machine, and PorkBun Guy.
Oh, I like PorkBun Guy.
Yeah, I mean, we did
have taken by a player.
Yeah, well, give it a go. Let's see.
Or All right, we need someone. Renee, you got to help us out here. I got no control of this.
What do you what do you want to type in then?
Pork bun.
Let's go pork bun guy.
PorkBunMan.
PorkBunMan. Oh, okay.
That's his
How many
internal
characters
name.
can we
We've
get in
always
here?
called him the PorkBunMan.
You're
All
trying
right,
to formalize
PorkBunMan.
these things.
He is a real man.
PorkBunMan. Okay, so that seems like a good compromise. So that's
Pork
Frankie 0414. He came up with that, so congrats to him. Thanks to Taco as well for your ideas. Unfortunately, you were trumped by the PorkBunMan. PorkBun guy.
There we go.
That sounds like
PorkBunMan.
PorkBunMan, yeah. From the Bunman family.
Yeah.
The Boston Bunmans.
So those of you playing the beta, watch out for us. We will have PorkBunMan in the game.
Yeah. Look out for us. You can rate us. We will be rating you. All right. So
There
our Uncle
is
David
our
Cheng
first
here,
target.
who's showing us
Jumbo's
the ropes. We're having a look at one of our old rivals in Hong Kong. I believe his name is Jumbo, and we're just looking over his turf right now, and he's giving us the rundown.
Take a look.
Okay.
We should probably let the people listen to that.
Yeah, all right, let's do that.
Food cart rackets.
In the trade, this is called dead air.
But they've got audio. We don't.
Then he sells them through his own
So we're looking at the night market, the different racks that he's got in his turf, and we're getting the rundown of how these things connect and why they connect together to make such an efficient turf.
I do like that. I mean, I don't eat pork buns, but I do like that little pork bun icon. I think it's very
It's a
cute.
happy pork bun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's happy he's about to
You
be
need some exactly. You need some happy to balance out the rest of the game.
Yeah, he's happy that he's about to be steamed and eaten.
That's right.
Yeah, we.
Much like many of the enemies in that we're going to about to encounter. All right.
Makes me
So
want a PorkBun icon now.
Oh, that'd be good.
I'm sure
Yeah.
we can find one.
No,
have to
that,
get
that
that one.
happy
Let's
icon.
make sure we get that one on there for our account. All right, so Uncle David's just given us the rundown on the operation that's being run out in the open world by Jumbo and his right-hand man, Two Shoes Mock. We've just run into him. We're chasing him down. So
I find it impossible not to do an impersonation every time he says Uncle David. I can't help myself. It's like some kind of Tourette's. Uncle David, considering he's pretty old, he's a bit of a sprightly
he is.
guy,
He's
isn't he?
actually quicker than we are.
Yeah. And he
It's always the unassuming ones.
And so when you guys were designing this process, what was the thought behind kind of building a tutorial?
Sleeping Dogs, obviously, a lot of the same mechanics from in Triad Wars were, things that we had in Sleeping Dogs, and we wanted to incorporate as much of that as we could, but there's a lot of it, so we need a way to pace that out.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing here, is we're learning about kind of the basics of combat. You're going to learn how to strike, how to counter, which is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
and how to grapple opponents. And we've got some other combat props lying around that we'll get to use and show off in a minute as well. So.
Okay, cool. Well, while you do that, let's just do a quick look. So I've seen there's some of the regulars on, so it's good to see that people are coming back and watch the streams. We do have a lot of fun with these things. They take a bit of prep, but they're always good fun once the I was going to say the red light, but once the blue light goes live, we always tend to have a lot of fun. So yeah, Paulie, Taco, Mo, all you guys, it's great to see everyone back again. Justin, obviously it's really good to see you back in your chair over here. And I appreciate the laughter for a couple of my jokes. You'll get
Pity
bored
laughter.
of them.
Pity laughter. So let's...
So to answer your question, Andrew, when we come up with a tutorial, there's really kind of a...
He knows the drill.
You were waiting, weren't you?
I was. I've been rapidly writing them up this week.
There's basically a tension we have between two competing goals. One is we want to teach stuff, and the other is we don't want to bore people who know the game already. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we are. We've just...
Yep, go ahead.
There you go.
No, go for it.
Okay, we just got our first XP level. We've been killing people, we've gained XP, and now we've got a point to spend.
Right. So here what we've got is we can spend it on either Enforcer or Gang upgrades. So I can choose to invest into my character and make it easier for me to attack enemies, raid rivals, or I can choose to help defend my turf. But as we're right out in the beginning of the game, I think the logical thing for me to do here is to invest in my own turf.
Okay.
All right.
And we should mention you'd also
Or
got
my
to
own
unlock.
character, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then with each XP level increase, you also unlock a special move. So I've just unlocked the ability to tackle players,
Right.
Which I'll probably be able to do now against Tushu Mach. Oh, I grabbed him. That's all right.
So for those of you already playing the beta, I've got an interesting thing to mention, but we've been looking at the numbers from our players and where they're spending their upgrades. And we find most people... Sorry, Andrew.
He's going to be sore in the morning.
And most people are putting all their points into their Enforcer and almost none of them into their gang. So we're thinking about doing a change, and we'd like your feedback, where we're going to set it up so you get a point for your Enforcer and a point that goes into your gang. And that way you always have a point to spend on each, and you never have to upgrade your gang at the expense of upgrading your Enforcer. So we're thinking about it. We're probably going to do it, but if you've got an opinion, please share it.
Yeah, let us know.
And so you can, there's many ways you can do that. You can check out the forums, you can go to our Facebook page, you can tweet us, or if you want to go the really personal route, you can email me at community@triadwars.com. It's a good time. James has been writing a blog post about how we deal with everyone's feedback, so we'll have that up for you in a couple of days. But we wanted to stress how important we do take everyone's feedback. Now the game is live, we're able to get some really good, as well as verbal feedback from you guys, we get some really good metrics. So everyone's poring over all these charts and graphs.
Yeah.
And it's it's really useful stuff.
So like the change I mentioned, that comes out of you guys. We built the game one way, we've watched how people play, we've listened to you, now we're making a change. Well,
So Gishank GB says, wouldn't that give us less points overall?
No,
No.
So what we plan to do is actually spread out the same amount of points, but just allocate some of them to Enforcers and some of them to gangs specifically. And we might also increase the amount of points that you get for each level along with that, but we haven't finished balancing that out yet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The intent isn't to make anyone less powerful.
That's right.
Yeah, more powerful is the way forward. All right, so, we've just taken out
So we've
Jumbo.
just taken out Tushu's Mach, which triggers the end of our operation. So the important thing about this operation is that now when I go and attack Jumbo, I've got more time to do it, because what this is going to do is draw the attention of the cops into the open world, and then when I go to his turf to take him out in a raid, I'm going to get a little bit of extra time to do so.
Okay.
In addition, I got some goods as well. I got some seed money.
And you unlocked an operation by the look of it there as well.
That's right, yeah.
And so that's an example, another place where your feedback has helped us make the game better. Because that reward screen you just saw had the money you get in great big letters and the actual time bonus in small letters. But the really important thing there is that you got extra time for the raid. And so we're going to make that bigger and the money smaller.
So 1337 Ultimate asks, are there any plans for new side missions?
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of new operation types in the works, stuff we're already working on. We've got some plans for new types that don't exist, and we've got some additional content to fill the open world as well that I'm not going to get into details today.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But you can be rest assured there will be a Twitch stream in the future that will cover that stuff.
Absolutely. And just while we look at the map here, so if anybody hasn't got into the beta yet, we've been doing a promotion this week with the guys over at Gamepedia, and they have a ton of beta keys to give away. And the great thing about those beta keys is you get one today, you'll be in the game today. Also, they come with a really cool car and a great bike. We've read and heard all the feedback from people who are already in the beta and they haven't got those two vehicles. Don't worry, we've not forgotten you. We will be doing something. We were discussing it with Justin this very morning. So, there are definitely plans and we'll talk about that more next week. But yeah, for those guys, if you want the URL, I see that someone's put the link in the chat there, but we'll also, it's all over our Facebook page and Twitter, so take a look. If you go there, you can get a beta key, 2 cars, and you can play the game today.
Alright, so we're on the way to raid Jumbo. I just selected him from the map and made it the GPS destination for Uncle David to drive us to. And along the way, Jumbo's men have just ambushed me, so I'm going to try and fend these guys off while I'm making my way to Jumbo's turf.
So, what's the easiest way to defend yourself in a segment like this?
Huge gun.
That is one of the things for sure.
Are pistols a good idea?
Wow. So yeah,
I would say the bigger the gun, the better in this case. Or at least the more ammo and the quicker the rate of fire, the better in this case.
And do you aim at the guys or the?
Yeah, so basically, I think the best way to approach it, as you can see, is I'm taking out the tires of the vehicles.
Yeah.
It means a couple bullets to the tires, and these things flip out and they explode. If I want to, I can choose to target the drivers or the guys riding passenger side, take those guys out. Or I can also shoot things like the hood of cars, which cause cars to explode faster. But all in all, I find the best way to approach this is to take out the tires.
So if you're a cowboy, you take out the horse first.
That's right. Plus, it's hilarious to watch these guys flip around like fish.
What's the point of ducking back in the car?
Well, if I'm taking too much damage, I can pop back in and take some cover while I reload, or just to give myself a breather. Looks like the cops are joined in, so we're going to take them up too.
Oh, quick thanks to Frankie0414 for he's put the link to the Gamepedia site again, where you can pick up your free beta key for Triad Wars. So thanks for doing that. Oh, and yeah, just so if you'd have seen the Facebook page last week, I posted a beautiful photo of a t-shirt. Unfortunately, I was wearing the t-shirt, and we are giving this t-shirt away. So if you want this t-shirt, the one I'm wearing,
The exact one with sweat marks and all and everything?
Like the one you are wearing, or the one you are wearing?
I don't sweat, I perspire.
All right.
You blow.
You can have this shirt, or you can have a fresh, brand new one. If you're not a size medium, that's your perfect excuse to not take the shirt off my back.
So right now we're getting a fly-through of Jumbo's turf, kind of giving us a lowdown on the different rackets we plan on taking out when we raid Jumbo. And then finally, Jumbo's safe house, where he's perched up in his penthouse, thinks he's safe, but he's not, because we're coming for him.
Paulie says he does want it, but he wants it washed first. God, I mean, you offer a free t-shirt. I didn't say anything about laundry. Oh, we should be doing the money laundering.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's for you.
So part of the feedback we've got from people is they find this opening segments maybe a little bit long, a few too many enemies. So in a patch soon, we're going to be shortening this up a little bit, just so those of you playing the game the first time spend a little less time in tutorials and a little more time playing.
So one of the things, like you just mentioned patch, one of the things we've been discussing this week as a team is what's the process for patching. And it looks like we're going to have like really small patches about once a week. So what we plan to do that is we're going to schedule them to be a very regular time. I will be tweeting and posting on the forums the day before they happen. Normally that's going to be a Tuesday, so Tuesday morning Canadian time, well Pacific time, there's lots of Canadian time. But Tuesday morning I will be saying, you know, we're taking the game down Wednesday 9:30 a.m. And then on Wednesday morning we'll sit down with the QA guys, check everything's good, and then I'll put out another tweet saying game going down in half an hour. Each time we're going to put an estimate, you know, game down half an hour, it's going to take 2 hours. Once the game is back live, I will put another tweet up there and update the forum saying the game is live now. So if you guys like that process, let us know. But if you've got any other suggestions, you know, if there's any other games that do their patch system differently that you think we could take a look at, definitely let me know. There's threads in the patch notes section in the forum, so post them there, or again, you can email me. So the email is community@triadwars.com. So where are we now, Steve?
So now we've worked through the first two rackets. One of them was a minibus racket. The other one was, I think, a counterfeit goods racket. And I'm making my way over to the third and final racket that I'm trying to take out. And along the way, these guys have disarmed me and taken my weapon away. Well, actually, it just stows it. So anytime I encounter enemies who are unarmed and I'm armed, they'll try to either take cover or disarm me. And then I can choose to take my weapon out again if that's how I want to keep approaching the fight. But since I've already got my weapon put away, I'm just going to fight these guys hand to hand.
So quick question here then. So as we can see, we've got the health bar on the bottom around their feet. When you was just in the previous fight, you knocked one guy to the ground and you've got very little health left. What would be your strategy here? I mean, obviously, are you going to leave that guy and take the other guys who are standing out, or are you going to knock him out the game totally?
I usually kick him when he's down.
Yeah.
I mean, reducing the number of opponents quickly is almost always the best bet.
Yeah.
So if someone's down, you kick him when he's down, unless you want to pick him up and kill him in a gruesome way, if you're trying to get a few more points.
Right.
So we get combat XP for killing people, but we score better if we use more mechanics. So basically, if you quick strike people to death, it's not worth quite as much. Though I'm talking about the combat meter, which we haven't unlocked yet, because we're in the tutorial still.
Oh,
Sorry,
fine.
it's a little confusing. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of us.
That's a
Sorry.
sneak preview of things to come.
Sneak ramble, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, that environmental kill was shocking.
Oh, okay.
I know it. Regular guests will say, come on, Andrew,
we've
you've
heard
got to
that
come up with something new.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a really common question that I know the answer of. But can you explain how that slow-mo shooting works?
Sure. So our slow-mo is contextual. So anytime I'm in an area where I can cover or vault, jump over an object, if I jump over while holding the aim button, then I'll get a brief amount of slow-mo. And if I can manage to kill somebody during slow-mo, then I can chain that slow-mo together and keep getting extensions. So if you're good enough, you can start one slow-mo and one slow-mo kill and chain that into the whole room and basically take everybody out in one
Long sequence of headshots in slow motion.
Yeah.
Or if you're bad enough and you're playing the game like our last stream, you could vault over something and pull out a fish.
Yeah.
I think someone might need to unplug my controller. Debugger. Well, let's see. Maybe it's clear after.
So let's see. So what are we doing now? We're in his penthouse?
Now we're in Jumbo's penthouse, and we're trying to take him out. And he's got a bunch of henchmen with him.
Yep.
So we'll
So,
clear them out of the way as well.
are you not better off at this point just focusing on Jumbo, or do you just have to clear the floor?
No, I can go in whichever order I want. So you can see I just took Jumbo out, and I got one last guy that I need to take out.
Right.
And I believe that was the last guy in the room.
No,
Oh, no, there's one more. Oh, Uncle David took him out for me. I got a couple shots in at the end though.
It's a good job you did finish him off, because that would really upset his back. He's going to see a chiropractor for quite some time.
I think you're going to jump
All
about
right.
the modern art on the wall.
So we did our first raid. So because we raided Jumbo, we get to take a bunch of his stuff and his money, and most importantly, we get to take a bunch of his face and reputation. And as a result, you can see I've gone up in rank, and Jumbo's gone down in rank. So we can get into that in a bit, but that's obviously a big part of progression, is making sure that you move your way up the Triad until eventually reaching Dragonhead.
So here's a bit of scripted tutorialness.
And now Uncle David's gotten busted, and I'm making a run for it.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Welcome
well,
to Triad Wars.
Yeah, that's right.
I love that scene. It's still very Hong Kong cinema. It's very cool.
I like this too.
Yeah, this is pretty sweet. And
So now, yeah, Uncle David's been, well, we're about to hear about this, but Uncle David's essentially been busted. He's going to call me from the slammer, let me know what's going on.
hopefully he's going to call you from the slammer while you're in a t-shirt store. Maybe I should send him my t-shirt.
If you walk around looking like that, people know you mean, well,
Yeah.
something. There's some business going on.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what business that is. It's probably not, people don't stop him and ask for directions.
Yeah, it's pretty intimidating, I would
I
think.
mean, probably the only direction he'll give you is go to hell.
Yeah. Probably not a good look for me.
I mean, that tattoo,
All right.
that's all the way down here for me.
So Uncle David's called us up. He's let us know that he's not coming back, but we've still got our safe house stashed away. He's got a location for me to go hide out. So I'm going to go there now, and we're going to build up our empire from the ground up, and that's our starting point.
And you're going to be driving in a very polite,
We're going to be
conservative
showing some
manner.
cool driving maneuvers. Andrew loves this. Do you like
Yeah, we must explain that we're, while it looks like we're kind of sat relatively far away from the camera, we're actually sat about 2 feet away from what we think is either
do
a
go for the J-turn.
a 60 or a 70-inch screen, and
Andrew's not feeling that well, so I'm finding it's my personal challenge today to see if I can skid around enough to make him yak all over
Yeah,
the place. Because
the idea is
that's just good viewing.
they think it will be literally a viral video, but I mean, and we're not actually kidding about me not feeling
Stomach virus
100%.
video.
So you know, this is just in case.
Well, on the topic of maneuvering the car, we got some pretty cool moves too, right?
Yeah, so
Let's see that reverse
that's
J-turn.
If you haven't played Sleeping Dogs, we've got you know, one of the things that we really focused on when setting up our vehicles was making them pretty arcadey and easy to handle, so you can just kind of pick up any vehicle and feel like you can actually drive it around. Part of that is obviously some vehicles are more controlled than others, some of them are faster than others, some of them handle better, some of them are a bit twitchier, some of them are top speed machines versus high acceleration.
Or
but
drifter
overall,
cars.
Or drifting, yeah.
So what about the two?
Overall, they're pretty controllable. So you can see things like pulling off a J-turn are pretty easy things to do in the game.
And this car you're in is nothing special.
If I didn't hit that pole and that bus at the same time.
And so, what about the?
Yeah, this is a junker I found on the street. This is no.
What about
sports
the
car.
two vehicles that we're giving
Yeah,
away as
actually.
part of the Curse promotion, the Gamepedia one?
Let's go pick up those cars. There's a garage right there. Show them a better car. Let's see how Andrew takes that.
All right.
Yeah, just pop over to the
Are you
store.
sure that's going to work for me?
Well, I hope it will. I think it will.
Okay, so we're going to chat to this guy. What are we doing now?
Well, we're going to try something that we've never tried before.
Yeah.
So let's see.
So we've got two cars here that are featured in a price of 0, and that's because they're special promotion cars, because we used one of these beta keys, special beta keys, to get in the game, and they give us these two cars, and Steve's going to buy them?
Well, one car and one bike.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Vehicles.
pick up the Wangan GSX.
SBE is Special Beta Edition.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we've unlocked that. Now we own it. And the Drag 979.
Okay, cool. So
Kind of like
we've-
a fenderless street bike.
all right. So let's just say. So let's have guys.
Oh,
What?
some badness happened.
Oh, maybe we can't do that in the tutorial.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
So
Don't
what-
worry.
That was
So
the,
we're live.
Those are still in my garage, and I can go back and get them anytime I want.
So now he's still looking for a
Led you
T-shirt.
astray.
And so this is a great time to remind people that obviously we're still in beta at this point. Yeah. So yeah, if one of you guys on there can log this, that would be great for us. You email me at community@triadwars.com.
Is this gonna work?
So yeah.
Let's see.
All right.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, if you use the beta keys, the special curse beta keys to get these two cars, they are yours. They don't disappear. Is that correct, guys?
Yeah.
Nope. You now own them permanently. You can use them by going to any parking garage throughout Hong Kong. All right, just got to pick my location one more time, and off we go. I'm just going to switch vehicles here
I was
real
gonna
quick.
It's going to fail you. I think you have to have proximity to that car.
We'll
for
work
this
on
grip.
that. All right.
Okay, so we're taking this Grand
But,
Automobile.
so now, whichever vehicle I chose last from the parking garage should become my default vehicle. It should be parked outside your turf.
Oh, okay, so instead
at
of the
a
rich
convenient
sport.
location. Yeah, and also, like I said, in any of the parking garages scattered around Hong Kong.
So it's
All right, so we're on our way there. We're almost there. We're almost there.
So Wolfen 2K7 asks about the beta key for the bike or the car. Even if, here's one trick, even if you've got a beta key already, there's nothing stopping you creating another account and using the special beta keys to get the bike and the car. So that's one top tip for us here. And yeah, like I say, we have been discussing what we're going to do with for guys who've been testing the beta for the past few weeks and months. And yeah, don't worry, we've not forgotten you with that. We've definitely got plans which we'll be discussing next week.
All right, we've got a camera gone astray here. So this will just be, that's right, we're playing a live game right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and just to clarify to everybody else, we are playing the production build here, so we're playing exactly the same build as what you guys play. There's nothing special, there's no cheats or anything like that, so yeah, it's exactly the same build. And this will be, whenever you're playing the game, have a look around the map and look for PorkBunMan.
Yep.
And then you can raid us. And we will be raiding you guys as well.
So we've just gone back to our safe house for the first time. Uncle David's hooked us up with it. And we're going to be upgrading our safe house for the first time now as well, using the money that we got from raiding Jumbo. So, because I've upgraded my safe house, we get to build our first racket.
Okay.
So basically your turf includes a safe house compound, which is where you store all your goods in your warehouse.
Yep.
You have your penthouse, which is going to get upgraded as you progress through the game. There's also the Triad temple, the garden area that we went through, that is not unlocked entirely yet in the game. That's a feature that's still to come down in the future. And then we've got a bunch of different lots, open lots available throughout your turf that you can populate with small, medium, and large rackets. And now we're looking at the racket tech tree. Maybe James, you can describe what we're looking at here.
Well, we're going to build our first racket. It's going to be one of these 3 starter racket families. There's a bunch of rackets in each family, and they help each other out. So if you go down the counterfeiting line, you're going to start making money, and then you're making products that make other products that make other products that make lots of money. And they all kind of work in that way. And there are a few cross bonuses between them. And as we add more racket families, there's going to be more crossovers between them. And
so you guys are planning to add more rackets and stuff like that in the future?
New rackets within each family, new racket families, and then new layouts and new ways to customize each of those rackets.
I mean, I guess that's one of the benefits about the game being live is that, you know, the game, we don't finish making it. We keep adding to it.
So there was a question on the forums earlier this week, I think, where someone asked, can they build small rackets in large plots of land? And yes, you can. So if you look at the map right now, you see there's a big large and 3 smalls and 1 medium. If you wanted to, you could put 4 smalls in that large spot. You could put 2 smalls in the medium and have a total of 9 if you wanted. You can kind of mix and match as you like, but you have to fill up the current small spots before you can use up the mediums and the larges. But you can customize it any which way.
So what are we going to pick?
I think you should. No, I think you should go for gambling. You're wearing a suit.
Yeah, but you're called PorkBunMan. I mean, that's.
I agree.
You're not
I
called.
think we have to go with pork.
All right.
All right.
So
We're going to be peddling pork buns all over the city to make our strat here.
So Gambada asks, he said, I've been buying racket bosses for my turf. When I buy another one, will I always get some boss that I don't have, or is it random?
No, it's random.
Okay. That's
Within the same racket family, so it'll always be one of the racket bosses within that family, but it will be for random specific racket.
Yeah.
So now we're going to select our racket for the first time, and it's no good unless it's actually doing anything, so we're going to get it ready to produce. And what we're going to do is send out our pork bun minions to earn us some cash. So this is a cash generating racket.
Okay.
Another thing I should maybe mention, though, you get a racket boss and you already have that kind, you can trade it in for gold. Right now it's a kind of small amount, but in a patch real soon we're going to bump it up a bit. So you might want to hang on to your...
So you're saying don't trade just yet?
Well, if you got rares and ultra rares, you might want to hang on to them till the patch. Get a little more.
Okay.
That's right.
So
now we're going to have a walk around our turf. So this is coming down into our lobby of our safe house. We just came down from the penthouse.
Yep.
And we're going to talk to the first contact that Uncle David's hooked us up with, because we need to get some weapons and vehicles and other things through these guys. So
in the last stream we did all about favors. So James, if you want to give us a quick high-level look at what favors are.
Well, favors they represent things people in the world owe you, right? They represent a thing you can call in when you need it.
Right.
So in this case, this friend of Uncle David's, he's hooking you up, making sure you get a car. And he gives you the favor. Now we're going to go to our favor browser. It's just a tutorial to show you how it works, but we're selecting our favor, we're going to call it in, and we're now given this car. And it's our car and we own it forever. And some favors are time limited, where they let you borrow a thing for a certain number of hours, and some favors are permanent. And we got favors that help you with producing stuff, and favors that help you with combat, and favors that help you with weapons and vehicles and everything else.
So one of the guys in the visiting us in the office at the moment, he is loving the golden cleaver.
Yeah.
And that's his favorite favor. Actually, if you do want to raid anyone who's really high level, we recommend looking for Big Papa Phil. I mean, he's going to kill us for saying that, but you know, he needs the practice. He's got a very offensive way of playing the game, so I think he needs to work on his
defense.
Defense,
you need to give
as
him
they
something
say.
to think about.
Yeah.
Well,
he's probably going to come bursting through the door and say, "What are you doing?"
Well, his best defensive move is probably to equip that golden cleaver before he logs out.
Right. So before he hits the airport today, he's got to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll set aside some time for
Well,
that.
I don't like fighting guys with a cleaver like that.
Well, who does? It's a big cleaver.
So we've just unlocked our first pistol. So I
Yep.
just got the 9mm pistol, and I just previously unlocked my first vehicle. And now we're going to go to the loadout screen for the first time and equip it. So one of the things you can do is have multiple weapons equipped at any given time, so that when you go into a raid, you can switch between melee weapons, single-handed ranged weapons, and double-handed ranged weapons. So right now, all I've got is my 9mm, which I've just unlocked through a favor. I'm going to equip this, and I'm going to exit. So if I were to find other contacts in the open world, or buy favor packs through the store, I could get new weapons right now.
Sorry, there's a discussion in the chat talking about Wolfen2K7 says, I like beating the PorkBun guys to death. And then Frankie follows up by saying, you can chop him up and making him into pork buns for not paying his protection money. Yeah, that's not helping with the nausea that much.
Wow,
But,
the unnamed meat is a little cheaper.
well, and they, funnily enough, when cannibals used to eat humans, it was called long pig.
Oh, yeah.
So there's your fact fans.
So now we've got into the open world, and there are multiple turf locations throughout the open world, each populated with different rivals.
Yep.
Also, when you get other players, essentially. And we're going to do our first targeted attack against another player. So the first thing I'm going to do is have to pick a target. Let's see, and I'm up here, so maybe we'll go after... Actually, this guy's pretty close. Let's go after him.
Subversive.
Subversive. And now that I've selected this target, it's going to expose all the various operations that this rival has in the open world. And I can go after those operations, complete them, and if I successfully complete them, I get more time to raid the target.
Buy the intel.
Oh yeah, so I can also buy intel to actually see what he's got.
Right.
So I'll have a quick look here.
So how much does that cost you to buy the intel?
So it depends on the level that you're at. As you get higher level opponents will cost you more to reveal their details.
That makes more sense. They've got a bit more defense.
Yeah, right now it's going to cost me $250, and I should have enough money. But it looks like we've encountered another bug, so I can't.
It's probably a beta flow. Oh, you know why? It's because we're in the tutorial.
Oh, it's 'cause, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is
Uncle David's. Uncle David's talking. Yeah.
Target his operation. So now, if we want, we can go back, and now we can see that he's got a sweatshop racket and a counterfeit currency racket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know if I was looking for what those rackets produce, this is the guy to go for.
Okay, that sounds good.
And you can see the vehicle that I unlocked through the store, parked outside my turf now.
Yep.
This is my new default.
So Steve, can you drive there slowly or just do a bunch of donuts and stuff while I talk for a minute? Because I want to talk a little bit about a tuning change we're doing. So if you can just kill some time with the car, I'll tell everyone about something cool. So in an upcoming patch soon, we're going to be changing how matchmaking works. For those of you who play, you probably know that when you see your rivals, they're within a safe house level of your level, and their face scores are all over the place, which means sometimes there's really good guys to attack and sometimes there's really bad guys to attack, and it's not a great situation because you just keep wanting to roll the die again to see what you get. So we're going to change that. We're going to instead do our matchmaking based on face level, which means that everyone out there on the map is going to be worth attacking. And the thing that's going to make you to choose one guy over the other is actually what stuff he has. And that hopefully will relate to what stuff you need in order to do an export. So that's coming soonish, not immediately, but it's in the near-term horizon.
Okay, so Steve, let's have a bit more fun with the car since this is one of the ones we're giving away. So tell what makes this car one of the special ones then?
So this is one of our better handling vehicles. It's pretty stable in terms of it's got a good balance of top speed, good balance of handling, good balance of acceleration.
So you can really spin it around if you want.
Yeah, when you're going at top speed, you can pretty much stay in control of the vehicle. It doesn't have big sweeping turns at high speed.
Right.
But then if you want, it's got a really stable handbrake. So once you do kick it sideways, you can kind of finesse it and control it pretty easily.
Okay, cool. All right. There's a question out there from Rawdy123. He's asking about when we're lifting the NDA. So two answers to that. The first one is as soon as possible. And the second, because we enjoy doing these streams ourselves, but what we really enjoy is watching what you guys do with the games. There's been some YouTube videos up there. Obviously, I've had to get in touch and say, look, we love the video, but could you take it down for the time being? What we want to do is we don't ever want you to delete them, because once the NDA is history, we want those up there. We want to see what you guys do with the game. It's actually, it's a good point because...
Are we kind of scooping them all by putting this out there now?
We're allowed to, though.
Yeah. Okay.
But like last week, we saw the great example of, there was a really good YouTube video which you guys watched because it was interesting to see how that guy was doing his combat. So yeah, so that was the short answer was really soon, we hope, and the longer answer was really soon, we really hope. So yeah, as soon as we've got the defined date, we will have it all over the forums, Twitter, Facebook, because we're really, really keen to get it, to get everyone showing up together. So despite that car being a typical sports car, it really can take a beating.
Oh yeah. God. Keep hitting trying to take his legs out.
Oh, it's very boys in the hood moment.
I need to chase this guy down.
That's the guy who just capped in the leg.
Yeah.
That does seem a little unfair.
Slow him down by shooting him in the back of the leg. Makes it easier for me to catch him. Alright,
So,
so I just completed an operation successfully. And it was one of Subversive's operations. So now, if I go and raid him, I'm going to get somewhere in the range of an extra 30 seconds to a minute to raid him as a result. However, in doing so, I've just pissed the cops off. So
Just
now
a
I
little?
gotta get away from the cops.
Yeah.
So back in my car. And let's see if we can shake these guys.
Okay. So
Shouldn't be too hard in this vehicle.
one of our regular viewers, Taco Hanzo, who unfortunately didn't come up with quite the perfect name this time. He asked the question, he's asking us to show off the ultimate counter, the YMB counter move. Sleeping Dogs, that was called Death Palm. Is that something that, since we're still in the tutorial, we've got access to at the moment?
No, we don't have. We haven't unlocked that yet at this point.
And that's part of your character progression then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So clearly Taco has unlocked that one.
So, Steve, can I ask a question? I know the answer to on behalf of everyone.
Sure.
What's the best way to escape the police?
So we've got a couple different options. I can either try to outrun them, which I should actually be able to do in this car, and I'm just about to. But if I was in a slower vehicle and I couldn't, but I had a good weapon, I could try to take out their tires. I could use once I unlock the ability to ram vehicles, I could ram the vehicles.
Yeah.
As long as I take them out using those different action mechanics, then it should make it easy for me to get away.
It doesn't just piss them off more?
It doesn't just piss them off more. Pisses them off more in the long run, but it gives you a window of opportunity to get away if you use those mechanics correctly.
What about when you're on foot?
And if you're on foot, you can do things like free run. So you can find areas in the world where you can climb, duck into a night market, duck onto a rooftop, use shortcuts. Usually those are the best ways to get away from cops on foot.
Speaking of that word you've just been saying, the use of that word is frustrating me right now.
Free run?
No, not free run. Hardcore.
Oh.
Alright,
another P word.
I've also taken a bunch of damage on my way,
Yeah.
finishing that operation. So I'm getting a reminder here to recover some health.
Yep.
So I'm going to stop off in the convenience store, making sure that I put my gun away because they generally don't react well to having guns waved in their face when you're trying to buy a soft drink.
Yeah.
Well, it does tend to make it free.
Sometimes. That's
No,
true.
in this...
But in this case, he'll just run away and I won't get anything at all.
Oh, that's no good.
Sometimes you can freak them out with a gun, put it away and wait a little while and they'll reset. But they'll be scared of you for a while if they see you with a gun.
Okay. Well,
Alright.
that does make sense.
So now I've regened my health. I've got my extra time from finishing my operation. Now I'm going to go take out Subversive in a raid.
All right. Is there any way to
If I wanted to, I don't have to go and I've got it marked on my GPS right now as my objective.
Yep.
And that's what I'm following. You can see is on my screen there. But if I wanted to and I drove past a different rival, I could duck into one of those turfs, attack that rival instead, come back to Subversive later. There's nothing stopping me from running around the open world kind of just...
But we should mention the extra raid time you got for the operations. That's for Subversive.
Yeah.
So
because
you're...
it was his operation, it's going to give me bonus for his raid.
Let's ignore him at the moment. Let's skip past. There's a garage there. I think let's go and check out the bike that you got as well.
Sure.
We'll just go and have some fun with the bike here. Because, you know, just before we get ready for the raid, let's go and have a go with this.
Oh, I might have buggered this guy. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. What happened there was actually he got scared by your vehicle crashing, and then he had to settle down again.
All right.
Before
so,
he'd give you a vehicle.
So, Steve, let's talk to us about this bike then. You know, what makes
So
this
again,
bike
this
special?
is kind of the equivalent in bike form of the car that we were driving around.
Yep.
Kind of like one of the top-end sport bikes. Again, one of the more controllable bikes, but still at very high speed. So that's one of the advantages of the bikes, is they get up to top speed a lot faster than the cars do. However, once you do get up to top speed, it can be harder to keep them under control.
Yeah.
This is one of the bikes that it's easier to do so on. And then, again, same thing with the pull and the e-brake. The best way to kind of get around at top speed in both the Wangan and the Drag 979 is to use your e-brake. Or just let off the gas.
Yeah.
You can't,
Oh, that jump. Let's do. Oh, look.
yeah, there we go.
Excellent. Okay. And so this is this bike and the Wangan car that we've just been driving. They're the ones that are available with our Curse promotion. So.
Oh!
Oh.
I did not see that car coming.
So if you need the Gamepedia
That's all right, my
URL.
bike's standing up.
Oh, that's nice. It looks like someone parked it for you. Yeah, check out our Facebook page and you'll find all the links you need to pick up a beta key along with these two vehicles as well.
And this now leads me to mention yet another tuning change we've made because of our beta testers giving us feedback. If Steve were to kill himself right now on this bike, he would have an open world death. And in the game as it is today, that death penalty is kind of steep.
Oh.
He would lose a bunch of face. However,
That's not nice. That's not nice.
I think you just lost some face there.
Ah.
Literally, it's underneath the cop car. You can go and fetch it.
however, in a
Yeah, my
patch
bike
real
fell
soon,
over.
we're going to reduce that death penalty. It's going to be 1/5 of what it is now. So basically, there's, you know, if there was a disincentive to screwing around in the world, hopefully no more.
Okay.
We want you to have fun in the world.
Let's go for a couple of questions. So, how do you do the wheelie if you are using keyboard and mouse? First off, we'll say use the controller. It's way easier to play the game.
Yeah.
You should still be able to pull the wheelie off on the keyboard just by pressing down on the arrow keys.
Okay.
You need to hold that down while you're steering though, and you need to be holding gas. If you're not doing all of those things at the same time, you won't pull off the wheel. So it is much easier to do this specific move on a controller.
All right. So actually, that leads me to ask: when you guys are kind of sat at your desk playing the game, how do you guys control it?
If I have the option, I always go for a controller.
Yeah.
Our game is, I think, just a lot more fun with a controller. You can play with mouse and keyboard, and a lot of people do. But for those of you who maybe haven't plugged the controller in or haven't bothered, try it with a controller.
Yeah.
If you own an Xbox, plug the thing into your PC and give it a try, because it's just a better experience.
Okay.
That's my view.
So no, just going back to Gaboon asks about the existing beta testers with the car. Yeah, don't worry about that. We haven't forgot about you guys. We'll be messaging something next week to you guys. It's nice to see you back as well, by the way. Let's go through some more questions.
Just real quick, I just want to touch on, we're starting a raid here. I want to quickly go over the mechanics of starting the raid. So, because you can see at the top of the screen here, we've got a timer. Because I finished that operation, that timer is going to go up when I start this raid. The other thing is, finishing a raid, you can complete a successful raid multiple ways. If I go in, I don't have to complete every single racket and kill the rival enforcer to succeed. I can do any mix of those objectives and then decide to leave on my own accord and make away with whatever I've taken at the time. So you can see down in the right-hand corner, we've got what we call our Triad marks. It's the first one is complete one racket. The second is complete all rackets. And the third is defeat the enforcer. As I complete these, they'll light up in the raid. And we can just have a quick look at that now. So we can go to the questions now.
So actually, it's a follow-up to the discussion we just had about the controllers. Rageomatic says, thanks. He said he thinks it would be harder to aim with guns.
With a controller?
Yeah.
Well, he should try
No,
it.
not at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Just give it a try. I think you're mistaken. Basically.
So So there's a question. People are asking about fight clubs. Any news on them coming into the game?
Nothing that we're revealing today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's the one for that one. And Jamsky3, nice to see you back again. He's writing in capitals, so.
He's yelling.
Oh, he's yelling, but he's answering. Oh, he's answering a question for us. So thank you for that. I'm a big fan of that kill, by the way. PS4 controller.
Any controller that works on your PC is going to work.
So the PS4.
I know some people have been using the PS4 controller.
Yeah. If Windows can recognize it, whether it's Logitech or Microsoft or whatever, as long as Windows knows it's a controller, it'll work.
Okay, that's good. So it's kind of, if you've got a Bluetooth one, you're still going to need some Bluetooth element.
As long as Windows knows about it.
Okay, that's cool. So, yep, let's see what other questions we've got.
That was shocking.
Oh, sorry, you beat me to it. Sorry, I was. It was shocking that I missed it. That's very poor. So there's a question, about radio stations. Yeah, we're always looking to bring in new songs, new audio, things like that. So that's great. Another question. Once you're in the beta, you stay in the beta. We may very, very occasionally do like a very restricted group, maybe 200-300 people to test something very specific. But that is pretty rare. I don't think we've got any plans to do anything like that.
Just real quick, I'm in the middle of the raid, and I've just finished 2 rackets, a sweatshop and a counterfeit currency racket. And now I'm choosing to leave. I could keep going. I do have enough time, but I've taken a good amount of damage. So I'm going to head out, and I'm going to take what I've got so far. So now when we go to the raid results screen, you can see that I've completed 2 of the Triad marks, and I still earn all of the knockoff factions that were being stored in that racket, and all the dirty money being stored in the counterfeit currency racket. Okay,
that sounds good. Quick question. We're going to round it up in about 5 more minutes.
Yep.
One question here from 137 Ultimate. 1337 Ultimate says, when the game comes out, will there be DLC or new additions to it? I mean, the simple answer is yes. There'll always be new stuff.
Yeah. And that's the idea. Is we're continually working on this. Each time we do a patch, not only are we adding fixes to the existing game and features that are there, but we're also doing tuning changes, balancing things, and unlocking and activating new features that weren't there before. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff in store. Stay tuned for.
So I mean, it's a free-to-play game, so there's not going to be an expansion you have to buy. It'll be free. We're just going to keep adding to the game. And in the store, there are things you can buy now to customize your character, and we're going to add stuff there too. And some of that you would pay for, I suppose, or you could just play the game and earn gold and buy on your own.
So with the store, how do you how do you figure out what we're going to put in the store? Is that stuff that these guys can help us? What do they want to?
Definitely. I mean, that's the kind of thing where we'd really love to hear from everybody. Is what kinds of things are you looking? Are you interested in seeing in the game? We're definitely going to be putting out some options, maybe some polls coming from Andrew, but. Don't wait for us to ask. Tell us what you guys want to see.
Yeah, I saw Gaboon was asking for a certain thing, and that's probably coming.
All right.
And so we've got Jamsky. Yeah, you're welcome. Glad you enjoyed the beta key. So anybody else who's watching out there hasn't got the beta key, remember to check out the links on our Facebook page because we have got a great promotion running with the Gamepedia guys where. We've got a ton of beta keys, each of them offering the cool bike and the cool car that we've just been demonstrating today. Oh yeah, so we've got to figure who gets the shirt. I mean, what's been?
Oh yeah.
What was who came up with our name?
I don't know.
We can scroll up, can't we?
Yeah, we can scroll up because that seems like.
I think that makes sense. Whoever
came up with PorkBunMan is going to get
PorkBun guy.
PorkBun guy. But we altered it.
It's close enough.
Yeah. You don't want to rip it off entirely. We got to alter it and make it our own. But.
So he's going to get the shirt off the back of a vegetarian for giving us the PorkBun name.
All right, I like it.
So there you go, Frankie. It was you. Yeah. So Frankie, Frankie, send me an email, community@triadwars.com. And I will ask you, I think the fairly obvious question is, would you like a brand new t-shirt? Or would you like a clean one? Or would you like this one I'm wearing right now? It's a medium. It's a pretty big medium, I would say. So, yeah, I mean, I will not be offended if you want a new one. I will be surprised if you don't want a new one.
It seems a little weird that you're trying to give away.
What, trying to go for? Well, no, it's
You do your thing.
It's fine. Some people like that.
it just
There's
means
a market for it somewhere, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
So before we end the stream, I want to do a few things before we end our session. Which
Okay.
is usually what I do when I'm playing. I want to make sure that, so along the way I've earned a couple more XP levels. I've earned some upgrade points as a result, but we're going to want to spend those. And looks like either someone's sitting on a keyboard or my controller is dead. So let's try this one more time. Oh, it looks like my controller's dying.
Okay.
So we won't go there. Instead, we'll go to the turf manager because one of the other things I want to do is collect what's been produced. So a little while ago, we set our PorkBun food cart racket to make us some money. Looks like there is some money waiting for us to collect. So if I were to leave this here uncollected before I log off, and anybody else logged on and raided me, they would take that money that's sitting in my racket. But I'm going to move it and transfer it to my warehouse, and now it's safe. As long as it's in my warehouse, it can't be taken by anybody else.
So is there any good defensive stuff you can do? Because obviously, I've got the feeling that PorkBunMan is going to be a bit of a target now.
Yeah.
So what should we be doing?
So there's a few things we can do. Obviously, we can invest upgrades into our gang members. That's going to obviously increase defenses.
Yep.
We can progress through the game and upgrade our rackets and our safe house, which is going to mean more guys, new classes of enemies, availability of different things like weapons if I unlock them. So if I get some favors and I unlock some melee weapons or some guns,
Yep.
then my gang members can use those when they're defending my turf. And then lastly, there is a bunch of a category of defensive favors that you can use that'll help keep your goods at less risk. So,
Okay.
for example, like while I'm logged off, I can have my goods collected for me and moved to the warehouse automatically. I can speed up the production of those things so that I can log in and move
Get it
them
soon.
more often.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can add insurance so that if somebody does raid me and they take it, and I get reimbursed. So there's lots of different defensive favors that you can play.
Okay. that
There's
sounds
also some tuning changes coming soon, where we're going to have players, when you get raided, there's a shield on you and people can't attack you. You're sort of pulled out of the matchmaking pool for a while so you don't get hit too often. We're going to make that a bit longer so you don't get raided as much, and we're going to make a change so when you do get raided, you lose a bit less stuff.
Okay, that sounds.
So that's in response to feedback, that's people on the forums, that's people telling us what they like and don't like, and we're adjusting as a result.
Okay, so let's call that a day. There's a couple of guys I am going to give t-shirts to. I'm going to give one to Taco because he's the top man in the leaderboards right now.
All right.
And that seems like a pretty good t-shirt. And Jamsky, I've seen you around many, many times, so I think you three guys, you're going to get t-shirts.
It's just a popularity contest with you.
It is absolutely a popularity contest. In my head, these are the guys who are laughing most at my terrible jokes.
All right.
So,
Shame on everyone.
but we've got lots of these t-shirts. We're doing the streams every 2 weeks. So this time in 2 weeks' time, we will have more t-shirts. And stay tuned to find out whether Frankie chose this shirt or a clean shirt. So yeah, I'm Andrew again. I'm Triad Wars Community Manager, and I've had a really good time with you guys today. And
I'm still James.
And Steve, thanks a lot, guys.
yeah, it's been great fun. Speak to you all in a couple of weeks. Cheers. Bye. So here we go, the game's starting, so let's take a look at this.
War means opportunity.
So what we're seeing here is obviously the first context for Triad Wars. The fact that we're going to be building up an empire, building up our own Triad, and ultimately becoming Dragonhead.
Okay. So who created this? Who created this this scene then? So it's done internally, or did we get something?
Yeah, no, this is all done internally. We did all of this in-house.
Okay, cool.
One of our very talented UI folk.
Right.
Actually, this is obviously a group effort, but primarily a few people specifically.
Right. Okay, and so this is kind of, everyone will see this as they start the game. It's the kind of the attract sequence, as old arcade gamers would call it.
Yeah, that's right. We're setting the story, getting an idea of who you are and why you're here and what's happening in Triad Wars. So now we get to pick. We get our first choice in the game. We had a brief introduction to each of the 3 triads that start in the game, the Sun On Yi, the 18K, which if you've played Sleeping Dogs before, you'll be familiar with both those gangs, and the Xing Wo, which is a new addition. So we got to make a choice here, James.
Yeah.
This is going to count now, because this is going to be an ongoing
We're going to use this.
account.
This is our character for future streams.
So we'll take a quick look here. So we got the 18K, we've got the Sun On Yi, like I said, the Xing Wo. So each of them has a different style. These guys are definitely more flashy.
Yeah, see, that kind of appeals to me, you know. It's obviously, I'm a, you know,
Let's do that.
in the trade, this is called dead air.
But they've got audio, we don't.
Then he sells them through his own smart
So we're looking at the
He
night
keeps
market,
products at every step of
the
the
different
way.
racks that he's got in his turf, and we're getting the rundown of how these things connect and why they connect together to make such an efficient turf.
I do like that. I mean, I don't eat PorkBuns, but I do like that little PorkBun icon. I think it's very
It's a
cute.
happy pork bun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's happy he's about to
You
be
need some exactly. You need some happy to balance out the rest of the game.
Yeah, he's happy that he's about to be steamed and eaten.
That's right.
Yeah, we.
Much like many of the enemies in that we're about to encounter. All right.
Makes me
So
want a PorkBun icon now.
Oh, that'd be good.
I'm sure
Yeah.
we can find one.
No,
have to get
that
one.
happy icon.
Let's make sure we get that one on there for our account. All right, so Uncle David's just given us the rundown on the operation that's being run out in the open world by Jumbo and his right-hand man, Two Shoes Mock. We've just run into him. We're chasing him down. So
I find it impossible not to do an impersonation every time he says Uncle David. I can't help myself. It's like some kind of Tourette's. Uncle David, considering he's pretty old, is a bit of a sprite.
he is.
Guy,
He's
isn't he?
actually quicker than we are.
Yeah. And he
It's always the unassuming ones.
yeah. And so when you guys were designing this processor, you can tell by how I dress, I'm a flashy guy.
Every
As
game
am I.
developer comes to work in a suit.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I do have a bow tie in my desk.
a bow tie.
I was
I'm
gonna-
not
I was
surprised
go-
by that.
I was going to wear the bow tie, but it really kind of, if you wear it just with a game t-shirt, you look like a stripper, and no one wants to see that. So I want to go with
That
these
is not
guys.
going to leave my brain from now on. Thanks a lot.
I kind of like the way the guy on the side there slouches.
Which guy?
The slouching guy.
Which
I'm
guy?
trying not to slow her.
This guy here?
Well, no.
On the left? Oh, who are we going to pick? We got to pick one.
All right.
I'm personally a fan of the Sun On Yi. Who are you going for?
Well, I like the smart guys, but you.
I like the suits.
Let's go with suits
We got
then.
two in the suits?
They
You
suit
guys
us.
suit.
suck. All
You
right.
see that? They suit us.
All right.
Come on.
All right, Xingwo it is. And
All right.
so now we get to choose what our enforcer is going to look like.
Well-
So obviously our gang is now set by the triad that we choose. Our forcer, which is the player that you will play as, the character you play as, you can choose what this character looks like, and you can customize them later on. So whatever we choose now isn't set in stone, but I kind of like this guy.
Do you?
Yeah, well, I like his hair. It matches mine. No, that's
Well, he's
definitely.
got. Well, whichever one he doesn't like, I want to choose that one.
Well,
So-
actually, Steve.
I like this guy's tattoo, but I want to change his head later.
All right, we'll change his head later.
And you did, James and I did choose the suit guy, so I think you should choose
All right,
this one.
so I'm going with this guy. It's the tattoos and the glossy chest. I can't help but not look away. All right, UFG Twitch, that's going to be our name. So look for us when you're out and playing
UFG
the
Twitch,
beta.
that name kind of sucks though.
Well,
We've got some other names. We've got Mr. Chew, we've got Mr. Miggins, we've got UFG Machine, and PorkBun Guy.
Oh, I like PorkBun guy.
Yeah, I mean, we did
Probably
have...
taken by a player.
Yeah, well, give it a go. Let's see.
Right, we need someone. Renee, you got to help us out here. I got no control of this.
What do you what do you want to type in then?
Let's go
PorkBun.
PorkBun guy.
PorkBunMan.
PorkBunMan. Oh, okay.
That's his
How many
internal
characters
name.
can we
We've
get in
always
here?
called him the PorkBunMan.
You're
All
trying
right,
to formalize
PorkBunMan.
these things.
He is a real man.
PorkBunMan. Okay, so that seems like a good compromise. So that's
PorkBunMan.
Frankie 0414. He came up with that, so congrats to him. Thanks to Taco as well for your ideas. Unfortunately, you were trumped by the PorkBunMan. PorkBun guy. Actually,
There we go.
that sounds like
PorkBunMan.
PorkBunMan, yeah, from the Bunman family.
Yeah.
The Boston Bunmans.
So those of you playing the beta, watch out for us. We will have PorkBunMan in the game.
Yeah. Look out for us. You can rate us. We will be rating you. All right. So
There
our uncle
is
David
our
Cheng
first
here,
target.
who's showing us
Jumbo
the
suit.
ropes. We're having a look at one of our old rivals in Hong Kong. I believe his name is Jumbo, and we're just looking over his his turf right now, and he's giving us the rundown.
Take a look.
Okay.
We should probably let the people listen to that.
Yeah. All right.
Hi everybody, welcome to United Front Games. This is Andrew, I'm Community Manager for Triad Wars, and welcome to our Twitch stream.
I'm James. I'm one of the designers here.
And I'm Steve, one of the other designers.
So what we're going to do today is we've decided we're going to create a brand new enforcer for you guys. And that's going to be an enforcer that's going to live live throughout all the streams. We're going to have him so you can attack him, maybe we'll attack you. And so what we wanted to do is we're literally starting as if anybody else from with a beta key starting. So Steve, let's get this show on the road.
Let's do it. So from, actually I can't do it. I've got a controller. Someone's got to hit the launcher for us.
And there you go, we're just proving, that's deliberate to prove that we are live.
Yes, deliberate, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, what we're going to do today, we're going to play through the game. We're going to show you what we call the first-time player experience. Probably quicker for us to say tutorial. And we want to get your questions from it. So, anytime there's a good question, we've got the three of us here. Justin, our erstwhile senior producer, aka the boss, is sat in the corner. So he's going to be answering questions on chat. And we've got Renee, who is also helping us out. So we've got four very essential people and some goon in a red shirt. So